Hello beautiful people. It has probably been a while since you have seen my face. Well, I don't know, maybe, because I've been posting some little bump dates here and there, but it's definitely been a while since I've filmed, edited, and posted a full YouTube video. So I'm back, I'm better, I'm very much pregnant, I'm into my third trimester, my face is fatter, my belly is bigger, and I cannot see my vagina anymore, okay? At all. Let's just get right into it. So the first video that I posted was a recap of my first trimester. It was a very long video, okay? It had a lot of details, too many details, okay? Way too many details. And man, I just gave y'all a blow-by-blow, a play-by-play of everything that I went through throughout the first trimester, from conception on to I think I ended the video at 14 weeks. Now, I am currently in my third trimester. I was on a hiatus a little bit doing my own thing from recording, but we're not going to talk about the third trimester yet. We're going to throw it back a little bit and talk about the second. Now, so the first side of things that I want to talk about is the actual baby, fetus, movement, everything type of development, because that is a huge thing that happens in the second trimester. That is when all that stuff really starts to ramp up like hella quick and you're more visibly pregnant and, you know, a lot of stuff changes. So starting at about 15 to 16 weeks, I believe, was when my belly popped. I stopped looking, you know, like a little bit bloated and I started looking pregnant, okay? The belly was popping through, the belly was popping out, and I was loving it, honestly. I was in love with my little bump for the longest. So that happened about 15, 16 weeks. It may be sooner from you, it may be later for you. This was my first child, so I don't know if my belly popped on par when it's supposed to for your first baby, but it also can depend on your body type, a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, that's when it happened for me, and it was really cute and I loved it. The first movements, y'all. Okay, so movement obviously is huge in the second trimester, and it is kind of a way to track your baby's development as well. I felt the first little fluttering kicks or punches or whatever it was at 17 weeks, and that was a wild experience. I'm not even gonna lie to you, when I first felt it, it was definitely, it feels like butterflies in your stomach a little bit, but it's also a little bit more intense, and it made me nauseous. It kind of gave me a seasick type of sloshy stomach type of feeling. So I was not really enjoying that when it first happened, but it takes some getting used to. It is a very foreign feeling, especially as somebody having a first baby. It was just it was weird. It was definitely weird. And it was pretty much constant. When it started, it did not slow down. It did not stop for anything. So I was kind of always feeling this fluttery feeling in my belly. And yeah, that was around 17 weeks. So the movement then progresses. You should be feeling it more and more and more. And the first actual kicks that I felt where them things was connecting, you know, was at 20 weeks and 5 days. And when I tell you that was a wild feeling, the fluttering, I just kind of chalked it up. You know, I know it was the baby moving, but I'm you know what? I just have a little stomach ache. You know, I just have jittery stomach, whatever. Kicks, you can't explain that away, okay? You can't. You just cannot. So it was very strange to feel the baby kicking. It is very intentional. It is very you can feel it, baby. You can definitely feel it. And that was such a crazy experience. So feeling the kicks for the first time, I think was probably one of the first times that I really felt like I was pregnant and I really connected with the baby. Now, I do have a video up. I will link it up here about my 20-week ultrasound or anatomy scan, which is also can be called, which is when they look and see the baby and they check all the organs and make sure there's no deformities and all that type of stuff going on. So that was actually, I think, a few days before I felt kicks or a few days after. And just going through that experience around the same time as well, it just really solidified the pregnancy for me. So it took 20 weeks, but I finally figured out I was pregnant. And I've kind of been in my bag ever since, okay? Shortly after that, within a few days, if that, it might have been a day, I was first able to notice the kicks outside of my skin. So where, you know, the baby's pushing up through the skin. Super weird. Very weird to see your skin involuntarily moving and also feeling that, you know, the actual sensation of the baby on the inside and then that translating to the outside. Okay, it was freaky. It's still freaky to me, honestly, but it's just there is something inside of me and it is alive and well. And I mean, it kept me up at night. still does. But what can you do? Like, the baby gotta exercise. So that was a huge milestone. It was super, super, super weird. And then, of course, your partner and others and, you know, whoever else touches your belly can eventually feel that. It took about another week or so for my boyfriend to be able to feel it, to place his hand and, you know, do all this and tap so that the baby responds. But when that happened, so I would say around like 21 weeks and like 4 or 5 days is when he first felt it, and it was so crazy. Like, that was the first time we felt like parents, I gotta say, because feeling that baby move is nuts, okay? Is really, really nuts. And it was honestly a beautiful experience. I really loved it. Like I said, it keeps me up at night. Right now, in the stage I am now in the 3rd trimester, it is painful. It feels not very good, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick, just because like that is a huge developmental thing that happens during everybody's 2nd trimester. During, you know, the time may vary, but that's what needs to happen during the 2nd trimester. And I think it happened for me. It happened just fine. I had my glucose test as well, which I will link that video, which is another big milestone that you have during your 2nd trimester. Typically, I think some women have it in their 3rd, but the glucose test, I'm not going to get into it because I have a whole video about it. But yeah, like there's some big things that do happen during the 2nd trimester, a lot of blood work and things of that nature, and just making sure the baby is doing what they gotta do. So yeah, y'all, it was crazy. But honestly, in the 2nd trimester is most likely when you're gonna start feeling like you're actually pregnant. Now, let's talk about the body changes and, you know, all of that sort of thing, because that was a big part of my 1st trimester video. The physical symptoms, the things that I was going through day to day was, man, in the 1st trimester. As for the 2nd, typically people say this is your like bliss era, like this is your relaxation era. You have more energy, the nausea goes away, you know, your pregnancy glow comes in, you're feeling beautiful, you're feeling happy, everything is wonderful. And honestly, I was in my bag a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt tremendously better than I felt during the 1st trimester. But we still had a few issues. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Almost immediately, I noticed that yes, the nausea dropped off. It mostly dropped off. I still haven't had, and still have to this day, my rough days where I get like real sour stomach, a little bit of heartburn and things like that, but nothing like the 1st trimester. Like, I can eat, I want to eat, I'm enjoying eating. Matter of fact, all them 25 pounds that I lost, I gained them back, okay? That was not right away in the 2nd trimester. I think I finally hit my 25 pounds at 28 weeks. So I think that's the 1st week of the 3rd trimester. So I was gaining slowly from about, I want to say 18 weeks to 28 weeks is like when I slowly gained the 25 pounds, because it actually took a long time to put that weight on. As of right now, I have gained a teeny bit more, but we're not going to talk about that yet. Anyway, I'm eating. I'm feeling great about eating. The nausea is dead and gone for the most part. So people do say you get a lot more energy during the 2nd trimester. I didn't really experience that. I am very tired. Like, I was very tired. I don't think anything really changed with that, other than the fact that I was tired just because I was pregnant, not I was tired because I was physically ill like I was during the 1st trimester. You get what I mean? Because it's a little bit different. Not having energy just because you don't have energy, it kind of is what it is. Not having energy because you're throwing up, because you're malnutritioned, okay? You know, that's a little bit different. So I definitely felt better energy-wise, but sleepy girl, like 2-3 naps a day is still going on, okay? So I didn't see a huge change in that front. So the 2nd trimester also marks the time when a lot of people can start feeling those aches and pains. I really didn't feel too many aches and pains that I can remember in the 1st trimester because I was just ill. Like, I was just sick as hell. But during the 2nd, the aches and pains definitely did start. So the hip and butt pain, like, girl, I felt like I was doing squats, working out every single day, 5 times a day. So I was working out during that time, during the 2nd trimester. And I was feeling good. Like, I was feeling pretty good about working out and everything like that. But I did have to stop. I had to stop lifting weights. So I was lifting weights like, you know, I was trying to, because I felt a lot better, but it just wasn't working out. It was making me too sore. The recovery time was too much. It was putting me through a lot of pain, not while I was actually doing the motion, but afterwards. It just wasn't worth it anymore, especially because the discomfort actually starts around this time, and I was just making it worse. So be mindful of that. Be careful of that. If you are working out and being active, any type of activity that you're doing right now, just be mindful. Listen to your body. Take a little bit more extra care, because you could really end up stressing your back, stressing your legs. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, just relax, girl, okay? If you can lift weights, like, go for it, because I would have loved to still be able to lift weights and everything. But it just wasn't worth it for me for that time. So I was very achy, breaky, my back, a lot of back pain. The back pain does not stop, y'all, from when it started, which was, again, early second trimester. I would say like 15, 16 weeks. It's like once you get over that threshold, what don't get me started on how my back feels right now. But around that time, yes, the aches and pains did start to come through. I started getting Charlie horses as well, and they have only gotten worse. I had a Charlie horse like maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that, early on in the second trimester. As I approached the end and as I was approaching the third, baby, I get them every other day. Right now, I've been having them every day. It is the joys of being pregnant, okay? But yes, you will feel that creaky, achy old lady type of feeling at some point in your pregnancy. I think I felt it a little bit early. I don't know about what you think about that, but it's not debilitating. It's definitely not debilitating in the early stages. Right now, that's a story for a different day. Make sure you keep up with your stretching, and make sure you absolutely do stay active in some way, as long as your doctor recommends it. But I do a lot of walking. I have been walking outside. Typically when I'll be walking outside, I'll be walking to go get some food, some dessert, something that I want. I go and take a walk and I go get it. But I also, instead of lifting weights and everything in the gym, I usually walk on the treadmill. I'll do like the weight loss program, which is like faster walking typically, or I'll do the glute program, which is like resistance walking. Baby, it be make my booty hurt, but it gets the heart rate pumping, and it feels good. Honestly, it feels good to be active when you're pregnant, if your body will allow you to. So try to do that, get it how you live, but also, you know, take care of your body, listen to your body, don't do too much, okay? Moving on from that, I had some mental and emotional changes that I went through. Whew. I also kind of made a video about that. My mood was bad. It was pretty bad. And that happened at about, I think after 21 or 22 weeks, my mood got very sour. It got real bad. I'm typically a happy-go-lucky type of chick. Like, I'm pretty laid back. I'm pretty cool. I get agitated. I get irritated with the best of them. And honestly, throughout my pregnancy up until that point, it wasn't a non-issue. It was a non-factor. I was more sad than anything, you know, up until that point. When I hit that 20-something weeks,
baby, I was mad, okay? I was hateful.
I filmed a video crying in the Home Depot parking lot about how horrible I felt about my badass attitude. I will link that here. It was bad. Everything upset me. I felt like I was being very mean and cruel to the people that I was close to. Y'all, my boyfriend, he a real one, because I wouldn't have dealt with my ass during that. I was just upset. I was unhappy, and I didn't even know what I was unhappy about, because I was literally at peace as hell in my life at that point. Pregnancy was going great in my, you know, at that point. So it was just like, I was mad just to be mad. And I literally could not do anything about it. I just woke up in a bad mood. I went to sleep in a bad mood. I went through my day in a bad mood. So give yourself some grace with that, but also check yourself. Like, figure out if you're really mad, you know, like figure out if you saying whatever mean, hurtful thing you're going to say as a reaction to what somebody said or did, or just because you feel like it, is appropriate. Because 9 times out of 10, I guarantee it's probably not. If you're in the same mindset that I was in. It took a while to get out of that headspace. I was so ugh, like I couldn't even tell you why I was acting like that, because nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong at all. But it was just, blame it on the hormones, I don't know. But it did take me some time to regroup and get myself back together. During that time, it was a lot of tears. It was a lot of just discomfort, mental and emotional discomfort, because it was just hard. Like, I was unhappy, so I was making other people unhappy. And you know, there's arguments, and there's and you're feeling lonely and disconnected and this and that, and like, you do not want to feel like that while you're pregnant, whether it's your doing or somebody else's doing. So again, give yourself some grace, check in with yourself, look at yourself in the mirror, because honestly, yes, pregnancy, things happen to you. You might turn into the devil for a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but don't take it out of the people that love you. Do not ruin relationships. Do not do not, okay? Take it from me. Take it from me, okay? It is difficult, but you will get through it. You will find your peace, okay? And it did take me a little while, but I did, and I am probably the happiest I've ever been. If my face was slimmed back down a little bit, I would be a little bit happier, okay? Speaking on things like the face, let's talk about the pregnancy glow, okay? So, in my first trimester video, your girl was having a hard time. My face broke out horribly. I lost a lot of weight rapidly, so I felt like I was wasting away, and I hated the way my body looked. I just felt so, you know? Second trimester came along, not immediately, but slowly but surely. As soon as I got into that second trimester, things started to change for the better. They really, really did, like expeditiously, okay? My skin cleared up. It's not perfect at all, but it cleared up so much more. I started to look awake and alive. As I gained weight, my body started to fill out a little bit more, and I loved how my little bump looked with my little curves that I got. I just felt very feminine again. I felt very beautiful. And with that, I started gaining, you know, a lot more confidence, getting dressed, doing my hair, talking to people again, going out to eat, trying to go on dates and stuff like that, because obviously I'm feeling better, so I want to look better. I'm feeling more adventurous. I'm going outside. I'm spending time with friends. All the things that I neglected completely to do during the first trimester for valid reasons, I definitely started to pick up in the second. So the pregnancy glow is for real, y'all. Like, I really started enjoying myself. Like, I was having my problems, yes, but I was happy. I was very happy with that, with the way I looked. I felt very feminine. I felt gorgeous. Like, you know, I cannot complain, okay? Yeah, I loved it. And I still feel all of those things. It's just like in the past 2 weeks, I've been starting to swell a little bit, which I don't like. Again, a story for another day, but quick tidbit. It went right to my face and right to my feet. So we're not liking that right now, but second trimester, pregnancy glow, I started getting my nails done again. I was just in my bag, okay? The one thing that was giving me problems throughout most of the second trimester still was my hair. So my hair was falling out bad since the first trimester, which I don't know if I talked about in the video, but it was falling out bad, and it stayed falling out bad up until I think 25 weeks is when I noticed that my hair stopped shedding ridiculously. So I think I can kind of connect that to a lack of nutrients in early pregnancy, and it just kind of continued for a while until I became fully healthy, is what I like to think. I haven't really talked to my doctor about it, so I don't know if that's accurate or not, but my hair since about 24, 25 weeks has been flourishing. It has been thriving finally, but I feel like I wasted all my pregnancy hormones just for my hair to fall out instead of being long, luxurious and falling out once the baby gets here. So I feel like that was a scam. But let me know if you've had problems with your hair during pregnancy and if it has been falling out instead of like flourishing and growing and being amazing. But it seems like we're past that point right now. So I'm kind of worried about postpartum shedding, because you would have thought I had postpartum shedding in the beginning of my pregnancy. Like, it was bad, but your girl has recovered, okay? I'm doing fine now with the hair. So that has also added to the pregnancy glow, where I'm feeling a lot more confident. I just feel good. So it's definitely a plus, because honey, it's a long time coming, okay? And hopefully you lovely people will experience that as well. It is a really nice feeling. Like, it's like you look at yourself completely different because you're like a completely different person now. Like, you have a baby inside of you, you know? And with me, it's a little more dramatic. Obviously, my first pregnancy, first baby, all of that. So it's like new. But I think even if you're having your second, third, fourth, 15th child, it's just like you see yourself in a different light, and it is a beautiful thing, and you can appreciate yourself in a different way. And I feel like my man appreciate me in a different way, my friends, my family, everything like that, even strangers, which is like a good and a bad thing, but we don't have to talk about that. And I think the last thing that I want to talk about is sex. Okay, we're all grown here, hopefully.
You better be grown here watching this video.
I did not directly talk about sex in the first trimester video, not that I can remember, but then again, there was no sex happening. Like, your girl was sick, okay? Your girl was ill. Second trimester, a little bit different. So let's talk about it. Second trimester, for me personally, sex drive absolutely increased. No desire during the first. Again, I was very sick. Second trimester, nowhere near where I was before with the sex drive. At all, like at all, but definite increase. And it has been a lot of fun reconnecting with my partner and just kind of like exploring your new body, because like you have a new body. Like, in my experience, I feel like my body is completely different, and that is because I lost all that weight. I also like started growing my bump at the same time. Like, I feel like my body has completely changed, and I'm appreciating it. Like, there's really nothing during the second trimester, especially, that I did not like. It was just the fact that I had lost so much weight. I felt like I was too skinny. But once that started slowly coming back, I mean, that's all I can really say. But be open to the idea. If you are somebody who's like a little bit scared of sex during pregnancy, as I would count myself to be one of those people, take it slow. Talk to your partner, research, get online, talk to your doctor if you have to. But it's like, if you don't have any medical reasons, religious reasons, any other like defining reasons why you can't, try it, have fun, connect with your partner, enjoy each other's company. Like, intimacy is so important, whether it's physical, what other forms of intimacy? Intellectual, like just spending time together, cuddling, whatever you guys have to do. But that is a form of intimacy that I got back during the second trimester. And it wasn't nothing crazy, you know, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely a plus of getting in the second trimester. And also along the lines of, you know, the pregnancy glow, feeling beautiful, feeling confident, feeling sexy. It all goes hand in hand. So give yourself the opportunity to explore that. If you are open to it, if your partner's open to it, let loose, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna make a whole video about everything I learned in that department, because it is a lot. Honestly, it's kind of a scary topic, but I'm gonna let y'all know soon, because now we in the third trimester. I'm gonna let y'all know, okay? But yes, sex, do it, okay? Just do it. Just do it. That is about it for this video though, y'all. I feel like the second trimester was honestly great. Like, feeling my baby, all the developmental changes, and seeing physically, like for the first time, seeing my baby grow, spectacular. Like, spectacular. 10 out of 10, would recommend. As for the discomforts and things of that nature, like, honestly, it wasn't much. I've been doing good. I've been doing great. And that's pretty much that. Oh, wait, y'all, let me add this before I forget. So the girls told me, when you get pregnant, there's a good chance that you will pee, okay? When you cough, when you sneeze, when you laugh, right? And it's not that I didn't believe them, because like, what reason do you have to lie, you know? But until it happens to you, you don't believe them. Do your Kegels, y'all, okay? I had not been doing them because I did not care. I'm like, what is that? No, do your Kegels. I'm finna get some weights. I'm finna do what I gotta do, okay? Because the first time it happened to me, pregnancy is embarrassing enough as it is, okay? Spare yourself the trouble. Keep your pelvic muscles strong, because me, first baby, you know, never had that type of weight in my abdominal area or above and on my pelvis, in my pelvis. Never dealt with that before. I did not realize how weak that area was getting, because once I hit a certain point, I think I had to be like 24, 25 weeks. Baby, the first time I coughed and I felt that little unusual feeling, the first time I sneezed, oh no, I was mad. So listen to your mamas, listen to your aunties, listen to your doctors, listen to your grandma, okay? Do your Kegels, take care of those muscles down there, because pregnancy is going to wear them out, is going to stretch them out. You need to get them back like this, okay? Get them back like that. Yeah, y'all, that is about it. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I have a lot more content coming. I finally want to get back into filming. Like, I don't know why I wasn't filming. I was just going through it, but also not. And just kind of enjoying my pregnancy. But I do want to get back to documenting, because it is almost time for baby to be here. I'm scared. I'm nervous. That's a story for another day. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.